cute. All of y'all buy the same panties. All of y'all shaped the same. You have to do something else to separate yourself from the pack. And a lot of y'all fail at that. A lot of y'all use these unrealistic expectations to these silly ass memes that y'all send me and all this shit that y'all believe in. That there's nothing that a woman could ever do to make a man that really wants her stop pursuing her. Yes, you can. Ignore his phone calls, not calling back, not show interest. I guarantee you his behavior towards you is going to change. I guarantee you his behavior towards you is going to change. Why reach out to you when another cute chick is calling him? You know what I mean? Like, why do this extra for you when there are women that are probably showing him more interest than you're showing? Same philosophy, right? Y'all are not going to reach out to the dude that's not calling y'all. You got plenty of dudes that's hitting you up that you're not interested in, though. So what's more important? Your pride that you can't text a dude first? That you can't reach out to a guy and show him that you're interested? That you can't use any of your time, money, or resources to show a man that you want to hang out with him, that you're interested in his time, and you appreciate the effort he's exerted on you? You too good for that? But you have marriage goals. You too good to do this shit for this type of man, but you think that you're going to be the type that that's going to be a permanent fixture in his lifestyle. Wake up, sis. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And no smart woman that's with the type of man that you want to be with would ever tell you no shit like that. But let's see who we got that wants to join the combo. They might have Classy Fly. What you got? Let's see what you got. Oh man, did I accidentally turn my camera around? Hold on. Let me see. It's not letting me see the icon while I'm trying to connect to her. Let me turn it back around. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get you on. Not all women. Nothing applies to all women. Nothing applies to all women or all men. We don't have to add that. We never have to add that to the conversation. That's common sense. Everybody should know that. Social media has nothing to do with relationships or the way women or men think. Yes, they do. People send me foolish messages that several thousand people buy into every single day. All right, Classy Fly's not connecting to you. I'm not sure why, but tried to connect to you twice already. I'll do one more just for good effort. I'm gonna try a third time. It's saying waiting for Classy Fly. So we're trying to get you on here. Trying to show y'all Android users some love, man. All right, it would have connected already. All right, man. I don't know why we can't get you on. But based off what I've said, is there anybody that disagreed or anybody that had anything that wanted to add to the conversation? Anything not make sense? Was anything not broken down on an extremely simple level? Was there any fellas that disagreed? Social media and TV has a huge influence on women's decision making. Yeah, I agree. They just struggle to figure out what's good information and what's bad information. Your wife is a lucky one. Thank you. I think she feel the same way. I feel lucky to have her as well. Don't diss the droid, man. Y'all Android users, man. Y'all need to go trade them raggedy ass phones in immediately. Christmas, dude, get yourself a gift, man. Jump on the iPhone, jump on Team Apple, and upgrade your life. Get that Android shit out your life, man. Let's see what else we got, man. All right, man. I didn't think there would be a whole lot of rebuttals. Like I said, the topic itself is pretty straightforward. You have to show interest in somebody if you think that they're going to continue to show interest in you. And since we all have phones, we all have the ability to reach out to people. Women that seem to think that they don't have to show interest in a man is setting themselves up for failure on the in the dating arena. Because it don't matter how cute you are, what you got to offer, the type of man that you want, you're going to have to show interest in. You can't have these visions and these goals of being, he got to be this handsome, he got to dress like this, he got to drive this, he got to make up this much money, he got to make this. You don't, if you think that he's not having women show him interest, you fooling yourself. You're setting yourself up to be disappointed by your goal, because that type of man is always going to have women that are interested in him, that see he's a quality man. And even if he's not as interested in them as he is towards you, their desire to show interest in him, to do things for him, to do things to show him that he's interested, is eventually going to outweigh you sitting there expecting to be chased, thinking that there's something just about you that's making you extra when it's not. If you're not creating the opportunities for him to get to know you, to be able to spend more time with you, to be able to have the experiences with you that it takes for a man to come up with his final decision, then your system is failing you. If your pride or your system or whatever your system is, if it is minimizing your opportunities to be around the person you want to be with, adjust your dating strategy as soon as possible. Because I assure you, a man's dating strategy puts him in contact with the women he wants to spend his time with as often as possible. I assure you that every successful man's dating strategy does that. The woman in his phone that he's the most interested in, he's going to see her as often as possible. I guarantee you. Yeah, I've heard women tell me stuff. Man, there's a lot of misinformation out there. I've heard women say stuff like, you can't be available. I just watched a video the other day where a girl was saying, like, don't answer the phone the first time he call you, he'll call back. Like, and it was like, every time I see some stupid shit, it's always thousands of women in the comments agreeing, facts, emojis on stupid shit like that. Don't answer. Just let it ring. This man's calling your phone to talk to you. Ignore it and just let it ring, because he'll call back. All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. If you think that's the strategy to becoming more successful with a man, go ahead and keep listening. But when I point out how dumb these strategies are, you're being too literal, Terry. You're putting too much on it. But they got 150 different interpretations of what the shit really meant. Okay. Part of being an effective communicator is making sure your messages are clear and concise. Don't I make sure that what I say is exactly what I say? I don't need anybody to interpret it for me. I don't need any of that extra shit. I can clarify any thought, any belief that I have and go in great detail about it. Can use facts, can use definitions, can use real world examples, and give you the opportunity to refute any of it and feel totally confident that you're going to be sitting there silent. That's what you can do when you know you make sense. That's what you can do when you know you're spitting real shit. When you're talking about how real men really operate, how the men that are really successful women do it, why they do it the way that they do it, everything that I say is going to fall in with every definition, every philosophy I've ever posted. All of it's consistently in line with one another. Why men do what they do, how the approach goes, how they eliminate the problems, how they put themselves in the best positions, how they evaluate women. All these things are explained in great detail, or in all of my YouTube videos, all the same definitions, all the same terms that I'm willing to screenshot and actually read the definition to make sure y'all understand those terms and definitions and that y'all are using them in the proper context. That's what happens when you're dealing with somebody that knows their information is on point. You go talk to somebody about finances that know what the fuck they doing and make a lot of money, they're going to be able to spit everything out to you and show you how everything's connected and work together. Same thing when you're talking about somebody that knows how dating works, knows how relationship works, knows how communication works, knows how real men think and operate. I can explain it without having to think about it, without having to, it's so easy. It's ABC 1, 2, 3. But like I said, like a lot of women see this as me hating women, me giving them this insight because I want y'all to fail, because I want fuck boys to win, or some other silly shit that they believe. Which is why I always tell y'all, just think about the mentality of the person that can come to one of my whole live sessions and disagree with everything that I say as clearly as I explain it. If you were sitting in the living room with me and we were all sitting on the couch and y'all heard me explain everything that I said, and there was somebody sitting there that disagreed, didn't believe a word I said, acted like everything that I said was a lie, shouldn't that make you question how that person processes information? Shouldn't that make you question how they view men? Wouldn't that make you have some concerns about what their idea of dating or a healthy relationship is? Just think about that. When you got somebody that's been married 13 years, that's been a former hoe, that gives relationship advice every day, interacts with several thousand women every single day, is telling you what men think and observe about women, and you just reject all of it, you have to question their mentality. You have to be able to, that's where I'm just the definition I put up on my page earlier today, information. Matter of fact, let me go back to that. That's a great definition. That's why I posted it. Where is it at? Information. Facts provided or learned about something or someone. And then it said, what is conveyed or represented by a particular arrangement or sequence of things. Sequence of events. When I'm talking about how somebody processes information, how does somebody respond to hearing several logical, reasonable, rational points being made? Nothing that they can refute, nothing that was inaccurate, nothing that was flawed or false. How can you have several of them made about a topic and then completely disagree with everything? Something's wrong with their information processing. There's no way that you can do that. Our whole system in a society is set up on facts, science, logic, reason, mathematics, stuff that not feelings. They're not set up on feelings. Y'all notice that none of our major systems are set up on feelings or assumptions. Y'all think that's an accident? Do you think that that's an accident that assumptions and facts, you can't get degrees and shit based off of those? So why would those things be valuable tools to use to make your life decisions or your relationship decisions or use to evaluate other people? Nobody in the world views feelings and assumptions as being that valuable to create any systems or infrastructure based around them. Why would you create your dating infrastructure based on them? Does that make any sense? Not to me, it doesn't. Doesn't make sense to me. If a man texts only and never calls, should a woman think he's hiding something about himself? No, you can ask him why he never calls. What if he just says he don't really like talking on the phone that much? He preferred texting. It's okay for somebody to